Remogo, how can I talk to Remogo? I'll be like, okay, I'll talk to him for you. And then my boy's gonna be like, nah, budget I'm 8,000. And then I go to Remogo, my boy's getting married, and then he had 8,000 in planning. Remogo would say, okay, 8,000 but then he's a boy, okay, I'll take it. You know, like shit like that. Like that's what we have most of us. That's what we have most of us. That's what we have. Networking, exactly. Networking, yes, literally. That's what we all have. Ansara. But how we all act independent. We are not doing that anymore. Really? I would say maybe networking is a dying art, but not anymore though. I feel like Ishikore, niggas get to uni and then they make two friends and then they become a friend group of 3 and they stick together forever. Niggas don't ever want to add a new nigga to the group chat or add a new friend. That's the issue. You get 2 new friends and you're done.
Your brain starts doing something weird. You pick up their sense of humor. You learn their opinions, their moods, what makes them laugh and what sets them off. You come to know them the way you'd know a friend, except they have no idea you even exist. This is what's called a parasocial relationship, and it can be a dangerous thing.
Now,
me with Uncle Waffles.
As 3 masked intruders with guns grab a popular influencer by the hair demanding money.
3 guys came into my room, turned all the lights on, and then they had the gun pointed at me.
Crazy.
While most parasocial relationships don't reach this level, there's always a possibility that it can.
3 popular Twitch streamers face a terrifying encounter while live streaming along the Santa Monica Pier.
I'll kill you right now. If the streamer leans too far one way, they might come across as uninterested or cold, but lean too far the other, and viewers can mistake an occasional
Streaming must be an extreme sport for my cherry late daga. Ka go nna ngwanyana ela go ntheng hela setse le tiro gale. Fuck. Damn. Hey man, o go USA later. You might as well carry rolla sthunya mo pateng. Why o go USA o sena sthunya go na le mass shooting every day yan.
reply for friendship.
Please stop following me. It's getting weird. It's getting strange. I don't know you, okay? So please leave me alone.
That's where things can take a turn for the worst, because now that attention can turn into expectation. And when the expectation of a response to the next chat isn't met, it can feel less like being ignored by a
that's what I'm
streamer
saying,
and
bro.
more
You
like a
gotta keep
betrayal
your gun
by
on you.
someone that they thought they knew.
It's a weird parasocial relationship that forms, and you're not even aware that this person is forming that typically until they're like about to show up, or they do show up.
The gap is hard to manage, which is why most streamers keep a barrier up around the heavy personal stuff.
My sis is dead.
All right, let's try and keep it positive.
Please don't talk about side of my chat, please. This is something I just don't like to hear or talk about, you know?
And you
Hold on, Chet. Let me go to the bathroom real quick.
Streamers are supposed to entertain. At some point, there has to be a boundary between caring about the people watching and becoming responsible for everything that they bring into the chat.
They become too attached to you, where they see you as an actual friend that they have. So I feel like that is kind of a boundary that you have to set as a streamer. But it's hard to gauge where that line is.
Joe had every reason to draw that same boundary. He'd answered the heavy messages, taken conversations off stream, and learned what could happen when things become too parasocial.
The first 2 times I helped somebody with like issues, they just kept messaging me, and then they like got upset when I stopped messaging them. So it's more so of that issue.
But mental health meant too much to him. Ignoring somebody who might not make it through the night was never a choice he could live with. After those early mistakes, Joe implemented 2 important factors that would eliminate those odd parasocial dynamics from coming into the picture. For starters, he removed any one-on-one interaction. All conversations with chatters were strictly held on stream from the Twitch chat.
I've prepared to go, tired of waiting for things to improve. You are my escape. Thank you, dude.
Hey, sir, I'm
you're saying
pelele,
you're gonna yourself, don't. I know this was 10 minutes ago. I hope you're still here.
And second, but most importantly, he made the pivot from trying to be the help himself and became the middleman.
Fine if you're depressed and you want to come to me for advice, but when it comes to the gravity of seeking an expert is better than seeking Joe Bartolozzi, a Twitch streamer, TikToker. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
For those
Yes,
who
sir.
came
Yes,
into
sir.
the chat looking for help, Joe was there to give them a few encouraging words and push them in the right direction.
I've had not so good thoughts, if you know what I mean, and listening to your advice.
You know, actually in life out there, people ring. It's almost genetic. They can't control that thing. Belor they do this thing ring. They cling on to other people to survive. It's almost like a parasite. It's a genetical thing though. Once hore motho teng o tlo a re go wena o dira sengwe. I don't know how to explain it, bro. Like leeching. I don't know if I want to call it leeching. Yeah, but yeah, it's actually leeching though. So I think with a streamer and a person who's watching the streamer, the person watching the streamer has a parasocial relationship with them, is a case of leeching. Like sometimes when I'm telling okay, Theodore is always streaming every day this time. It's a games night every time this time. I get it. Let me go on Theodore's chat and start commenting. And then now comment, and then because I read comments and then I read the comment, right? And then they DM me and I reply the DM. And then after that, they're always there. They're always there. Now, they're not there to like sending me videos to react to. No. That they like, Theodore, hi. Today I woke up and brushed my teeth and I did this and I did this. And I'm like, okay. I don't know what to say to that. I just leave it at that. Now, that person, it's not a thing, no. Now, Theodore, we're doing this. It's a thing, it's almost like a survival mechanism. They know what by association to this person, eventually I'm gonna reach a point, I'll be successful by extension. Let's say someone Karen thought. Cause gela, there's always that one guy there's the fighting guy and then there's one guy behind him. That's the person I'm talking about. The person the leech. That person is not following that person because they're like they just know it's almost genetical to know if I'm close to the person who's beating the whole school. This person won't beat me, even though no one will ever fuck with me because I'm the closest to the fire. I can just set the fire on you. Does that make sense? Like there are people who genetically that's how your genes for millions of years this how thing by sitting next to a bigger target, by sitting next to the strongest person there, by sitting next to until you reach this point in time in life. And thing, somebody in the future when you're up, there's gonna be that one guy that says you owe him just because they were there when you were coming up. That's crazy. and I'm gonna lay this thing you need to do much jana ring. When you're gonna go Theodore passed form 7, Theodore passed form 3, Theodore grad pure science go scenario, Theodore passed form 5, Theodore graduate. When you know ke le mo second year you never Theodore is actually smart as fuck and he's ambitious. Now in my situation like this, what I can do is it's let me tell you this. Most of the people that do that, they don't even think I want to do that. It's a thing tailoring. It happens subconsciously. They don't even wake up and choose no. Because I know Theodore has potential to be a millionaire in life. I'm gonna start following Theodore. No. It's a thing when you don't pone ke tabogile ke joga mapa ke la bare. Motho go bare ke rata monno joga wait. Kantelo mpone ke postile ke apeile bare ke rata monno apa yang wait. Kantelo mpone ke ya skolong ke reng kana mpone ke ya spanning ke reng. She's thinking I gotta have Theodore. Theodore is my soulmate. She doesn't even know what I'm doing this because I'm leeching. I'm leeching off of him for survival. It's genetic. Men and women do it the same. It's a thing. Some people are just genetically they're meant to survive like that. And then nagli Theodore ke ambitious ke dira be kopala ngwana no ntsenyalo. Ha re dira ngwana. Ngwana rona go na ambitious gape ile leech. Ngwana tenyo o go tsana not to be offensive, but Masis Ian. He was just out there and answer, yes, Ian. And then he got into power. You see how that's a survival tactic that worked for him and then it led to him being great. It's not a crazy thing to do, but it's a really crazy thing to think about, but it's a real thing that happens that people actually do, and that's how people survive. That's a real thing. It's not even a choice. I choose against that. I can't even change it. When I shit, that's it almost pushes us into conversations about free will versus thing. versus like a mapped out life and all that. You know what I'm saying? Now I believe genetically, you are going to you're going to reach a point genetically where we reach. No matter how you get to that point, you're gonna get to that point because of your genes. But I do believe there's free will along the way. But I don't know though. I guess conversations. You know what I'm saying?
Advice and others.
Let's keep
That's
the
up for a
segment.
year now, and I want to say thank you for helping me through this past year with having to deal with my grandpa's suicide and my own personal problems. You're definitely my favorite top streamer, and I hope you never stop.
But by the time Joe graduated college, things had started to change. His viewer count climbed to some of the highest in all of streaming, and managing the expectation of that many chatters is a totally different beast.
Like right now, I average 10K. Chat's horrible.
Yeah?
Like, yeah. I gotta lock in. I want to get into the videos. I'm starting to get stressed the f*** out. I'm starting to get stressed the f*** out. I could tell this was gonna happen at the start of stream when I got like 9 messages just unloaded onto me.
With this many viewers watching, Joe found himself caught between two groups that wanted completely different things from him. Because on one hand, some viewers felt that he wasn't doing enough to help.
I guess even my favorite streamer doesn't care about me. Lame comment. I have 5,000 people in my stream that are spamming right now. I'm also playing a video game. And then I don't respond to you and you pull this guilt.
I wonder, could I handle having 4,000 people watching me on stream? I remember my stream reaching 10 viewers for the first time. Later, I ended the stream right then and there. I couldn't handle 10 people watching me. Imagine 4,000 people watching you on stream. And got to end the stream. Fuck. 4,000. Hey, that's a crazy number. Fuck. Shit. What if they notice that I don't have a father and stuff? Yo.
Trip here.
But on the other hand, there was a totally different group of viewers that were tired of the stream constantly stopping.
Jesus, dude, I like watching your streams, but
gotta
when
get
you
ready
go
for
on
that,
rants
though.
like this, that's all you do.
I don't know if I can. I don't even know if I
game.
can get ready for
Do me a
that.
favor and never watch me again.
I'm
Do me a
fried.
favor and go f yourself.
No matter what Joe did, someone felt ignored, and the messages were starting to get more demanding. Early on, people would briefly mention that they were struggling, and Joe would offer a few words of encouragement. Now they wanted more.
Like every stream, it's been getting more and more and more and more like involved, where people are genuinely asking me to fix their problems. I can't. I'm sorry.
But the hardest part
You
was
won't be able
figuring
to
out
see my
who
messages
genuinely
like that
needed
anymore.
help and who
Bro.
was only looking for attention.
Imagine.
Balance.
The best I could see is your username,
and
or that's the
also
longest username, and I see
sorting through
C
people
at the
who
beginning,
are
and I'm
just
like,
doing
okay,
it for attention.
I know that's Miles,
I mean,
and then I know that's
struggle
Mama, that's
because
Mama,
I'm
that's
a
Mama.
suicide prevention
But
advocate. That is an
messages.
avenue that a lot of people use to manipulate their way into being noticed.
Like seeing
or
a chat of 4,000 people is
to
like
me
catching a
on
bullet from a
stream.
gun with your bare
And
hands.
so, yeah, if there's 10 chats saying they're suicidal, 6 of them are fake. Because I do so much mental health advocacy, the amount of people that come into my chat and fake being suicidal is absurd. I had one chatter that came in and they say, hey, I'm the mother of so-and-so. He took his own life. I just wanted to let you know you were his favorite streamer. I'm sorry that he took his life. I don't really know what to say. I'm sorry. I hope you're all right. I'm sorry for the loss of your son. Ugh. Come to find out, they come back a month later and they're like, my brother typed that, banned his, blocked him. You're the chatter? I knew that, bro. I'm banning you, man. That's fucking weird as shit.
This leaves Joe stuck making a decision that's difficult to get right.
If I'm being honest, I think a large portion of people that come into my chat and say stuff that's suicidal are lying. But I have to treat them all as if they're real, because then I could, on an off chance, not take somebody seriously that is serious. And that's the worst thing you could do.
Ignoring the wrong message could have serious
You know-
consequences, but responding to every message
Sometimes getting your comment read by a streamer as big as Joe on Twitch, that's almost like at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, that's the biggest thing you've ever achieved in your life. And I feel like people will go to crazy lengths to achieve that. That's a crazy thing to do. Saying what this person took their own life, come back and say that my brother is the one who said that. Come on, bro. Why would you say something like that, though? Hey, man.
was impossible, and the pressure of trying was beginning to wear him down.
I feel bad, and I've talked about this. It's like, I wish I could help, but like sometimes I can't, you know? Like there's only so much I'm able to do as a creator. especially seeing that I don't know the person.
But there's one message that weighs on Joe the most. It's one that he's heard